Welcome to our ship tour of the Carnival Jubilee. Here we'll go deck by deck on this beautiful Excel class ship. So let's hop on board and check out the Jubilee. So decks 4 and 5 are mainly staterooms, but there's certain areas I couldn't get to. Like on deck 4 is the family harbor area, which is perfect for families, and that whole area is to people that book family harbor rooms. You could also find Dr. Seuss's Bookville and Camp Ocean, perfect for the kiddos between 3 and 11. And on deck 5 are the Cloud9 spa treatment areas. So you got the wonderful spa pool, the salon, and treatment rooms. Then on deck 6, we're into the main heart of the Jubilee. So we're going to start with the aft area, and we're going to start with the Pacific Restaurant. And on this level of the Pacific Restaurant is the assigned time dining area. Alright, when exiting the Pacific Restaurant, we're going to go past the Carnival Kitchen and looking at this beautiful staircase with the fish swimming all around. And with that glass behind it, the blue glass, it's just so mesmerizing. But the Carnival Kitchen is a cool concept. We never got to do it yet, where you could basically have a cooking class. So you could do like a tailgate class or pizza, ice cream. It sounds really fun. Someday we'll have to try it. And they have this cool interactive map where you can see where all the Carnival ships are at all times. And this is the whole area for Emerald's Bistro 717. Here they have awesome breakfasts like beignets, bananas pasta crepes, and sweet potato waffles. And they do also have a wonderful dinner menu as well. It's a little bit upcharged, but it's worth it. And right by Emerald's is Dr. Ink's, or drinks. Here they have some awesome cocktails, and here you can see Vladimir making a whole bunch of drinks and just having a good time with it. And you had the Doctor Special, and I believe that's the Crimson Catch. Awesome drinks and awesome atmosphere. And nice little seating area, and in that little corner there is usually either like a solo guitarist or steel drum player. Very cool vibe here. Alright, we're actually going to do like a little loop right now. So we're actually crossing the ship, and we're going to come across the Atlantic Restaurant. And the Atlantic Restaurant is also a assigned time dining restaurant. So if you do choose assigned time, make sure to check your sale and sign card for the proper restaurant. Then walking out of the Atlantic Restaurant is this cool mural. This was all tile, but it just looks so, I don't know how I want to say it. It was so pretty of the design. Marcation beneath the waves. And speaking of marcation, let's check out the Golden Mermaid. Another beautiful bar area. Same location as where the Brass Magnolia and the Golden Jubilee are on the other XL class ships. Of course, have a seating area and a section in the corner there where, same thing, soloist, piano player will play to entertain you while you're enjoying your drink. And of course, you gotta have the ship model of the Jubilee. Can you find your room on this? And another wall mural. So instead of walking straight on, I'm going to turn around and go the other way a little bit and cut across the ship again. You can see there's a stairway here, elevator bank. Gonna open the door. And there's a couple little shops here. But I'm gonna turn around and come around where the beginning of Currents is, which is Dr. Inks. So I kind of just did a little loop around that whole area. And right by the entrance of Dr. Inks is some artwork. And on every XL class ship, a Child of St. Jude does a little artwork for the ship, and they actually turn it into a sculpture, which is pretty cool that they do that. And then we got Hip Fish Accessories, which has little trinkets like jewelry, looks like little stuffed animals, just little knick-knacky stuff, I guess you would say. And then Hip Fish Beauty and Fragrances. I did a little walkthrough here, just showing off what type of makeup and facial care and body care products that they have here. So definitely, if you left something at home, you could find it here. Alright, leaving that shop, we are coming into Grand Central. Here you find the center stage, where all the windows are open. It's early in the morning. And at night when they do shows, and the LED panels come out. So you can check out shows like Rio Carnival and see the center stage band. And they do have some game shows out here as well. You find different singers, different performances here. It's a cool spot at night. And walking around. And you can see the entrance of the Golden Mermaid in that left corner there. But then now we're going by Cherry on Top. Because sometimes you do need to satisfy that sweet tooth. Then you have Java Blue. This place is always busy. So it's not just coffee. You could get your different sweets, like your danishes and whatnot. But you're going to see here in a little bit, I'm going to showcase what they have there. They have different sandwiches. This was in the morning, so they did have different breakfast sandwiches. And they did actually have some like fruit and oatmeal, muffins, croissants, yogurts. And the best part, it's all included. Kind of walking by a little bar area by center stage. And then we're walking past Java Blue and Center Stage and heading towards Piano Bar 88. And of course, this is your piano bar. We really didn't frequent in here this cruise because every time we tried to get in and thought about it, it was always packed. It is kind of small on the Excel class ships, but we'll have to try another time, right? Alright. And right on your right hand side is the Carnival Jubilee metal mural, along with the ship's coins right on the right hand side of the mural. And right here, you'll find the Punchliner Comedy Club. And still, for this class of ship, it seems kind of small. So we're going to walk past these elevator banks. And we're going to hang to the left. We're going to check out the gym. The Cloud9 gym wasn't really that big. I didn't want to film too much in here because there were people working out at the time and don't want to invade their privacy, but yeah, it's pretty much the gym right there. And the entrance to Cloud9 Spa. So you enter here and then you go to deck 5 for all of the treatment rooms, the salon and all that. But this is the foyer to the spa. And lastly, on deck 6 is the Jubilee Theater. So yeah, you take this long hallway up to the entrance. And you find your way to the theater. And really, there's not a bad seat in this theater, so I can't complain. No poles in the way, or can't move the chairs like the Liquid Lounge. It's really like a theater. And on this cruise, we went to see Dear Future Husband, which is the new show. Phenomenal. It was a really, really good show. And the playlist performers on this cruise were amazing. Alright, so we're going to actually go on deck 7. So right where I'm at is the entrance to the theater on deck 7. But just outside the theater is the Jubilee Casino. This casino was big. And I have to say kudos to Carnival with this because of course, there's a smoking and non-smoking side. Of course, we hung out on the non-smoking, and it never smelled. It never smelled the smoke. It was great. So, kudos to the Carnival for taking care of that. Of course, you have your table games, your slot machines, the Jubilee Casino Bar. And let's say we did donate, but it wasn't as painful as some other cruises. We donated, but we did good also. And the best part is, as you can see there's windows. So you could still kind of have some daylight in the casino and still play. So I believe this was Costa Maya morning. So you can kind of see the island in the back there. I guess you could consider this like a casino tour along with the ship tour. And you can see the top of the Golden Mermaid there. Alright, let's step out of the casino for a moment here and check out the Grand View Bar. And you'll see why it's the Grand View here in a little moment. As I turn around, you get to see center stage. And there is some seating here too if you want to see one of the shows at center stage. There's seating on 7. And I love this whole area during the morning. You can see all the natural daylight coming in. Like that. You get to see the view of the Gulf of Mexico out there. And there's more seating here on deck 7. Alright, moving on. And yep, we're walking out of Grand Central. And of course, a photo op. You can sit in the big old Star of Texas chair. Thing is huge. Alright. And we're going by one another many shops on the ship. This is Island Traders. Which mainly had a lot of your watches. There were some inaugural season Jubilee jackets, which we might have gotten a couple. Hey, we live up in the north. They'll come in handy. Then you have Portside Liquor and Tobacco, which is exactly what it is. Your liquor and tobacco. Yeah, you get them for duty free, I guess, right? And if you ever need to know what time it is, certain spots you'll see this watch on the floor. As you can tell, it's about 7:30. And now we have the Alchemy bar. So there's some awesome seating here. And of course, the bar, the Alchemy bar. And on our sailing, this bar was packed all the time. And right off of Alchemy is actually the Limelight Lounge. So that is the one good thing on the Excel class ships. There are 2 locations for comedy, the Limelight and the Punchliner. Mainly the Limelight was the family, Punchliner was the adult, so it did kind of break the crowd up a little bit. But look at these awesome lights, guys. And there's a little bridge here. You can look over and look at the activity on deck 6. And passing by the Alchemy. We spent many a night here. We spent a lot of time with one of the alchemists, Jason. If you know Jason, you know why. He's an awesome guy. But lots of seating here as well if you want to enjoy an alchemy drink or just to chill and relax. And there was a little computer here. Basically, you could change the landscape or the seascape of those screens on the wall there. I never got to try it because anytime I was there were kids there, and I of course didn't want to film while kids were there. So That means I have to sail Jubilee it again. Alright, and here is Fahrenheit 555. We didn't get to eat here this cruise, but it looked like a nice little restaurant. Then walking out of Fahrenheit, we come to another part where you see the fish sculpture thingy. I don't know what to call it. It's the pretty fish sculpture. We'll call it that. Then we're coming across the second level of the Pacific restaurant. Now this level of the Pacific restaurant is for any time. So if you don't feel like Cucina or Chibang and want some MDR food, this is where you would go. So let's start in the aft of Deck 8. We're going to head to Summer Landing, which by far is our favorite place on the ship. Here they have the Carnival store, where of course you get your Carnival merch. And let's take a peek inside, shall we? You get your stuffies, your Freddies, your stuffed ships. Since this ship is out of Texas, you get your cowboy hats. And they actually have Carnival watches, which I've never seen before. Got some koozies, bandanas, cup clips. I never saw those either. Of course, lanyards, ship models, your t-shirts. You can get all your Jubilee merch here. And of course, like I said, everything is based off of a Texas theme. So you'll see a lot of paisley, a lot of howdies. It was very cool. And right across the way is Pig and Anchor Smokehouse Brewhouse. And since it's an XL class ship, there's a brewery on board. It is so neat that Carnival gets to brew their own beer at sea. And right by is the Heroes Tribute Lounge. I think it's absolutely awesome that Carnival honors our veterans and current serving members of our military. And I absolutely love the theme. Being a daughter of a Navy veteran, I absolutely love this. And Carnival sails more active and retired armed forces members than any other cruise line, and you could see why. But if there's a game that you've been wanting to watch and you're obviously gone away on a cruise, you could most likely check it here. And right outside of Heroes is a bunch of seating spaces, foosball tables, and the entrance to the patio. Love this little cute little knick-knacky country themed area. Good place to hide ducks too, but yep, And you see me hiding a duck right there. See? All right. And then we got the patio. Love, love, love this area. Plenty of seating out here with loungers. And even those little plastic loungers that you'll kind of see more towards the right hand side of the screen. You plop those in the water and relax. Prime real estate. If you know, you know. Got a couple little day beds out here as well. And 2 whirlpools, which we did enjoy one morning on the sailing by ourselves. It was awesome. More seating, and we're coming across another bar called the Watering Hole. So this is actually convenient. So if you don't want to go inside with your wet bathing suit dripping all over the place, if you need a beverage, you could just come out here. And inside the entrance by the watering hole are restrooms. So there's like an outside and inside entrance, so that's good to know. And we're back in Pig and Anchor area. You got the Pig and Anchor bar, brew house, that whole deal. Hey, you could get fresh beer right from the tap. And we did have an awesome meal here one night. So good. And the stage for the band. Yeah, the backyard band was pretty awesome, weren't they? But we're gonna head on outside, and this is where you would find on sea days. You could have the Pig and Anchor barbecue for lunch. Of course, it's your normal, your pork butt, your beef, your chicken, the Mac Daddy mac and cheese, the whole barbecue flair. Alright, we're back in, leaving the whole summer landing area and where you can find guest services. And you'll come across Carnival Adventures right by the guest services area. Here, this is where you buy your little merch. They do have cups, they have t-shirts, they have snorkel gear, anything for your shore excursion. And since you're here, if you're interested, you could purchase a shore excursion. And they do have ATMs and a Carnival kiosk if you want to find your Carnival balance and all that and get money out if you need it. And right by that is Rudy's Sea Grill. So this is an upcharge restaurant that mainly features seafood. So let's take a gander in here, see what Rudy's looks like. I did have Rudy's once and it was on the Mardi Gras. The best thing I ate was actually the lobster mac and cheese. That was so good. Rich, but very good. And we're walking by the fancy fish sculpture thingy. I just like saying that. But here we get into more food. We got beach buns, which is basically the Carnival deli. So you get your normal deli sandwiches, hot or cold. And I love this whole area with the whole basically carnival theming. But then there's Coastal Slice, which is your pizza place. Of course, it's your normal pizza options, but there were a couple upcharge pizzas, like a Korean barbecue, I believe, and a Tex-Mex pizza. I did not try either one of them, but they did sound good. But yeah, it's like the boardwalk carnival theming lights, which is pretty neat. And you have another little seating area here. And the entrance to Cucina del Capitano. The setup is a little bit different than any of the Cucinas on the XL class ships. It seems more open, I guess you want to say. But the food is still delicious. And here's the sign what's available in the shores area, which we passed through all of it here anyway. And there is the marina bar. And pro tip, if the Java Blue line's busy, just come here. They can make the same stuff for you that's at Java Blue. And what's pretty neat about the marina bar as well, of course there's outside seating here, but there's an outside bar as well. And we spent a few nights out here as well, just taking in the scenery and just enjoying a drink. But all the seating here, I love it. It's bright, it's colorful, and it feels like you're really on the boardwalk at night when it's all lit up. And on the opposite side of the marina bar is actually the smoking area. That's one downfall of that area if you're a non-smoker, but hey, they gotta have their own area too. And then now we're going by pixels. And this ship is all digital, so you don't have to go through the racks to look for your picture. Everything's on the app, or you can go on these tablets to find your pictures. Yeah, this is somewhat new. The 3D crystals. They're expensive, but that's a neat idea. Little dream studio area there. And now we're getting back towards center stage again. We're sitting up here to watch the shows, or just to relax and watch the sea go by. And of course, more stores. We got the Effie store right here. That's where you can find your bling bling. And another Effie store, but it's for watches. And we're coming to the Bonsai area. So we have Bonsai Sushi, one corner to the left there. and Bonsai teppanyaki on the right. We'll check out the sushi section. Say that 3 times fast, but we did eat here one of the nights, and it's not all sushi. So they have options of chicken, ramen noodles, steak, which is phenomenal. So if you're a little leery of this place and you're not a seafood person, definitely check it out. It's worth it. And it is an upcharge for a sushi restaurant. Yeah, for some reason it looks like a little outside area there, but I could not get out there. Now we got teppanyaki. So the teppanyaki is limited seating, as you're going to see here. And this usually books up quick because it's basically dinner and a show. So if you're interested, book quickly. And there's some seating here on deck 8 as well. If you want to check out the shows. And let's walk across this glass bridge. See part of the Grand View bar here. And we have the Dreams Studio. That's where you get a photographer to do like more personalized one-on-one, like a photo shoot. Makes good cruise memories. Get nice professional photos done. Then you got the Havana bar. We're gonna come back to that in a little bit. But let's go to Chibang. So this is an included restaurant. It's a Chinese and Mexican restaurant. So if you feel like Chinese, you get Chinese. If you want Mexican food, get Mexican, or have a little bit of both. And right outside Chibang, and by these elevator banks, is the entrance to the Havana Staterooms. And since we're talking about Havana, let's check out the Havana area. So this is the Havana bar, which is open to the public. They do have some trivias, some nice Latin music if you want to sit and relax and have a cocktail here. There's plenty of seating in here as well. But the outside is to Havana guests only. So if you have a Havana room, you get to have your own little section of sun loungers, a bar, and a little pool area. And here's a quick glimpse of all of the promenade area on deck 8. Then you have decks 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, and 15. No 13 on Carnival. They're all staterooms. So let's check out the aft of deck 16. In here we have the Tides pool area. And right by the pool, you have the Tides bar. And of course, you got plenty of seating back here. And there's a swirls machine back here. And here's a better view of the Tides pool and the 2 whirlpools by the pool. And by the pool is Big Chicken. This is one of our favorite eating spots because it's quick, it's simple, it's fried chicken. Nothing gets better than that. And heading forward from Big Chicken is the Lido Marketplace. So this is your buffet area. At this time they were serving breakfast. So of course you got your danishes, your yogurts, your fruits. You could get your scrambled eggs, bacon, sausage, omelets. Anything you could really think of for breakfast is served here. I've said it once, I've said it twice, I'll say it again. Plenty of seating areas. And I love how this buffet area is set up for seating. It's like you have little sections to yourself, beautiful seating by the window, comfy seating by the wall. It's set up really nice. And there are a few omelet stations along the way, like where sea dogs would be during the day, like during lunch, is an omelet station during the morning. Alright, let's head on outside to the Lido area. Let's check out the Red Frog Tiki Bar first. So most ships have a Red Frog pub or Red Frog bar. This takes it to a whole new level. Not only one level, there's 2 levels, but we'll get to the second level here in a little bit. And next to it is the towel hut, in case you need to exchange a wet towel for a fresh dry one. And of course, the Lido Beach Pool. And across the way is the Blue Iguana Cantina. It is a Carnival staple. You get your breakfast burritos, your tacos, huevos rancheros. Just so much goodness here. And there's a water and beverage station right nearby here. And you also got the seafood shack, which is your seafood area. Thyme fries, where you get some different fry concoctions, and wings. The wings were excellent. Steam Dream and Mad Sizzle. And of course, there's a beverage station right nearby here too. Overview of the pool, and beyond those doors are actually staterooms. So that means let's go to deck number 17. Here it's a lot more like sun loungers, seating areas. It's kind of a nice area just to get away from everything. And on the starboard side of 17 is the smoking area. And back on port side on 17, you'll find Guy's Burger Joint. So it's not in the main thoroughfare on Lido like on most Carnival ships. It's also swirls here, right next to the burgers. Well, ice cream and burgers. And a beverage station as well. It's actually kind of nice. It's out of the way of the hustle and bustle of Lido. And there's a lot of seating areas up here. And 17 is where you'll find between the preteens and teens area. Lobo 2 is right outside of Guy's Burger. And inside, which we didn't get shots of, is the warehouse, which is the arcade. And Circle C, which is like the 13 through 15-year-olds. And you can see some little spots here for teens for Club O2. Now we're back on starboard side, overlooking the whole Lido area. Plenty of loungers up here. These cute little, and they have these cute little covered bed areas, which is pretty nice. At least there's some spots on this deck you can find a little shade to get out of the sun and just relax. Now we're back on port side, and remember I said there was a second level of the Tiki bar? Well, here it is. And just a heads up, the second level of the Tiki bar is not open during the evening hours, it's only open during the day. All right, that was 17. Let's head on to deck 18, where we run into the ultimate playground in the aft section of the ship. So the ultimate playground has a lot. It has a ropes course, as a sports court, jogging track, mini golf, and of course the infamous Bolt, the ultimate sea coaster. So here's the entrance to the ropes course. And you could kind of see an overview of what the ropes course looks like. And let's enter the sports court, where you could play basketball or soccer. And there's plenty of room to play here. And then you have Carnival Waterworks. So there's like a little splash pad area, some slides for the kiddos, seating areas, and a nice place just to chill and cool off on a hot day in the Gulf of Mexico. And here's the mini golf course. And now we're coming to the infamous Bolt, the ultimate sea coaster. Guys, even if you're afraid of heights, I'm not a heights fan, but you gotta try this. Bolt was so much fun. Even though we're on deck 18, technically the entrance is 19 because you'll see the stairs up there. But wow. We've done Bolt on every Excel ship so far, and it's such a blast. And here's one last overview of the ropes course. That stuff is nuts. Between the little like plank thing there and those rope things you gotta swing across to get across to the other side. That's nuts. And let's go forward on 18 to the Serenity area. This is the adults only area for ages 18 and above. There are a couple whirlpools up here, plenty of loungers. Got little day beds, actual loungers, and there's even like those, I call them like little eggshell, like cozy little seats. Those little things right there. Plus, there's a bar right here. The Serenity bar's right here. And right next to it is Fresh Creations. So you can make your own salad if you want something light and you're chilling at Serenity. You can make your own salad. and it's typically only open on sea days. A nice little inset seating area, pool area, and the water in the Serenity is always cold. And lastly, deck 19. So let's check out Loft 19. This is a special area if you have certain suites, or if you wanted to rent a cabana in Loft 19, this is your designated area. It's not cheap. You could rent cabanas by the week, the day, and I think you do half days as well. We've only got to experience this area once, and it is pretty nice. It's quiet, it's out of the way. You get service, like food service, beverage service at your cabanas. A couple whirlpools up here, and a nice little pool here. So if you're feeling bougie, you could check this place out. Well, guys, that's a wrap on our Carnival Jubilee ship tour. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this long tour. If you liked this video, please put a like, comment, share this video, and if you're going on the Jubilee, we will gladly answer any questions for you. Thank you so much, and we will see you on the next excursion.